Spring is here and summer is coming fast. Many families will plan summer vacations. We have some simple tips to help you stay healthy and enjoy your trip. Plus, the summer vacation season is approaching fast. Last thing you want to do is get sick when you travel. But there are some things you can do now to make sure you stay healthy on the road. And joining me today is Dr. Ari Gilmore from Pacific Medical Center. Thanks so much for being here, Dr.
Well, thanks for having me.
It's a very good thing to know for people go on vacation this summer, and talk about the shots, the vaccinations we need to consider depending on where you plan to go.
That's true. It's probably easier to say where you don't need to have a visit for your travels. So Western Europe for short trips, the major tourist resorts in the Caribbean for short trips, New Zealand, Australia. Everything else is fair game for a travel visit to make sure your trip goes well.
How do you know?
If you haven't been to a doctor in a long time, then you should probably go. Or if you go to the CDC's website for travel and notice that on their recommendations you're lacking a fair amount of vaccines, or you'd like preventative medicine before you go for malaria, then you should go see a travel specialist.
What are the regions that are most concerning?
The Amazon Basin is a place I see people going to a lot in Peru and Ecuador, and South Africa and Southeast Asia are most common travel destinations where people are taking medicine with them to prevent illnesses.
Dr. How important is this? Because I know some people think, well, I don't know, do I really need the shots? Because it can be time consuming, it can be a series of shots. How important is it to get it done?
You know, it's pretty important, and just like we're seeing with the whooping cough, the pertussis cases in King County, when you're traveling, you're going into areas where things you might not think of are pretty common, and we can help prevent those from occurring.
If you are going, if you're lucky enough to be going on an African safari this summer, can you walk us through what some of that the vaccine schedule might look like?
Yeah, well, if you're going for a big trip, like a safari trip, you'd probably want to take medicine for malaria, and you want to make sure you have hepatitis B, and typhoid is probably one of the most important ones to avoid the severe kind of intestinal discomfort that could occur.
You don't want to ruin your vacation once you're there right when it starts. What about any on-the-go health tips for staying healthy once your trip has already begun?
Well, coming from Seattle, number one is probably taking your sunscreen with you, bringing good shoes, and really being careful with traffic and keeping your wits about you when you're walking around and you're sightseeing. Other countries, it's not so easy to walk around. There can be potholes, and cars don't look twice when you're trying to cross the street. So we see injuries a lot as the reason someone had their trip ruined.
Really?
Yeah.
And you don't want that to happen to you this summer.
No.
Dr. Ari Gilmore, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate the advice. For more information, go to our website, KOMOnews.com, and click on KOMO 4 TV. The class